So once you have that icon available on your desktop, and also sometimes it's just going to open up automatically for you after you install, you're going to want to open it. And the first thing that you'll see is the login screen. So the first section actually asks you for your domain. So all you have to do is go back to your browser, look at the domain, the URL that you have up there, and you're just going to copy the subdomain. That section right before .taxdome.com is your subdomain. You're going to paste it in there. Then you're going to log in normally as you would. There's a security feature there that says log in until reboot. You can say log me out after 8 hours, after 4 hours. This is great because you don't maybe want to be logged in there all the time. Wouldn't want somebody to steal your computer and have access to all this data. So this is an ideal way of having more security on files and folders. Once you log in, you will see this window. Usually it'll show a pop-up that says, do you want to create a virtual drive? And in case you accidentally clicked on no, you can turn that on, and we'll talk about how that looks like. But if you click on the 3 dots, you connect TaxDome Drive. You want to make sure that is on so that you can see the drive, and we'll see that in a second. But I do want to talk about the features to upload stuff, right? So you're going to see a plus button with new. You're going to click on that. You're going to have 3 sections on here: file upload, folder upload, and bulk upload. These are ideal for you to bring in existing files and folders or single files. For example, file upload is just one single file. Folder upload is the contents of a folder, and bulk upload is to bring in whole folder structures that already exist. I'll show you how that looks like in a second. So let's go ahead and click on bulk upload. When you look up folders, what you want to do is look up the folder that contains your clients, right? And you usually want to do this kind of bulk upload in batches, which means that you don't want to do it from your cloud. If you have OneDrive and you're going to bring it over from OneDrive, I don't recommend it. I recommend more that you copy a batch of clients onto your desktop and then use that folder to bring your clients in batches, just to avoid any errors. Cloud to cloud data transfer can always create issues, and it is very common for that to happen. So if you physically have the files on your computer, even better. That will not create issues. So in this case, for example, I'm going to choose this folder that contains my clients. So I'm going to say choose folder, and it'll bring over the account's name if they exist in TaxDome. So for example, if some of these are blank, what you want to do is select the account and make sure that you select the destination folder. The destination folder, you want to probably select the private folder and make sure that all of your old files and folders go in there. So again, if let's say this account is actually supposed to be for this other account, you choose it, and then you choose your destination by clicking on which folder. But in this case, I would select private and I will choose it. But for this example, I'll just leave it how it is. So select the folders that you want it to go to, and then this is where you would click on upload. Again, you want to do this in batches. Don't want to do 500 at a time because you might get an error in between there. Usually it doesn't take too long. It just depends on how big your files are, and it will bring everything over into TaxDome. Now, I want to talk about that drive, right? TaxDome drive. It depends on your computer. It can be Y drive, Z drive. In this case, it's showing up as Z drive on this computer. So if you open up this drive, you'll see all of your clients' accounts. These are all the folders and the folder structure that was applied to your clients. So you can view all of these folders here very, very easily. You can open them up, look at the folder structure that is there. You could simply just copy and paste documents from your existing folder on your drive or on a computer or on a cloud and just copy and paste it in here. It will immediately be available to you and your team. And if you upload documents to the folders that your client can see, it will immediately be available to them. So this is just a great way of managing some of these, files and folders with scalability here. All right, so I want to talk about the next section, which is, printing to TaxDome 2.0. In this case, if this document needs to be signed, I am actually going to choose TaxDome 2.0. This software that you installed creates a virtual printer so that you may be able to print directly from your tax software to TaxDome. In this case, we saw that this document needed a signature. We selected it, we printed it to TaxDome 2.0, and now we're going to do a demo of a signature. So first of all, this document's going to show up here. I'm going to look up what account this belongs to, and then we're going to be able here to select the signature. You want to do from doc shared with client. That's the default name that we call in TaxDome, availability for signature. So usually it's the green I security folder that we talked about in our last session. You can call it whatever you want, but the folder is usually called from docs shared with client. You want to make sure that in that directory at the bottom, you change it to, maybe you want it to go to the 2024 folder or the 2023, whatever it might be. Then you're going to toggle on request signature. Once you toggle that on, you'll have this screen in which you can just drag and drop the signature boxes of the signers. The signers will be available there, whether it's husband and wife, or you, the preparer, can throw your signature in the document as well. Really, really easy to do. It's similar to other softwares that have the same features, right? We're always adding new features to all of TaxDome, so this will be something that will be available to you um, with its additional functions as times move forward, right? So let me go back and show you that after you select your signature, you can just upload and send that automatically to your client. They will get an email that says, hey, you have something to sign, and they will be able to log in and sign this document. When you click on upload files, it's automatically going to show up on their folder, and there's nothing else that you need to do other than just wait for the signature, right? Really easy to do, really easy to manage. Going to do a quick overview of what we just covered, right? The app is really simple to use, and it creates ability to upload, print, and scan, which is really, really amazing to do here outside of really what you can do inside of the portal. It just adds that more kind of dynamic for managing.